Monday Night Chat with Wong Chen.
Brought to you by the Member of Parliament for Subang.
Hi, welcome to Monday Night Chat, episode 38. We're going to talk a little bit about the work we're doing currently. Our office is focused on, which is basically climate change. Yeah, and I think we're going to talk about it for maybe 2 more episodes of Monday Night Chat. But climate change is important. We'll do the 120 seconds. And for the last item, I'm not sure what we're going to do. We may not do anything, but it's all up to Nathan who's shooting this video today. Hi, welcome to Policy Monday. We're going to talk about climate change. Well, basically, I'm just going to give you a rundown of what has happened in the last 2-3 weeks. About 2 weeks ago, I was invited to go to Parliament. The Speaker was there and also several members of Parliament. During that session, we are talking about the ASEAN Inter-Parliamentary Assembly, or what we call AIPA. Last year, I was in AIPA, Singapore. AIPA is for members of Parliament from ASEAN. And mostly are non-executive, some are executive posts, but it's a gathering of members of Parliament where we network, we exchange ideas, and we update each other on country reports. And then we can use this platform to influence our government to do the things that we think is more important. So AIPA is kind of an informal gathering. Yeah. So what happened in the AIPA meeting 2 weeks ago is that the Speaker, the members who were there appointed me to be the chair for the working group on climate change. So we've been busy as usual doing our normal things, but also we've taken on this AIPA climate change task. We've been doing a lot of reading, a lot of researching, and we have to connect with the research officers from Parliament itself and also from the Ministry of Environment, MESTEC, who are now in charge of climate change. Climate change used to be, strangely enough, under some sort of resource ministry. Okay, it's crazy, but now it's clear it's under MESTEC, and so this is a 3-party arrangement. My office as a research department itself, the parliamentary research officers, and also MESTEC. So I'm the chairman. The deputy is from UMNO, YB Mastura. Yeah, we like to keep an all-parliamentary group kind of arrangement. I've also requested the Speaker to appoint YB Arthur Kurup, who is from PBRS in Sabah. He is also in the opposition to be part of my committee. And we've also extended the invitation to Wan Junaidi, YB Wan Junaidi from PBB. And also Bob, the Senator Bob from PKR, who is a Orang Asli senator. Yeah, so those are that is the committee that I want to create within that, an all parliamentary group, and we're going to discuss about climate change. What I've been tasked to do is this: in the middle of June, we will be having parliamentarians from all over ASEAN. So 10 ASEAN states, they're coming to Malaysia, and I'll be chairing the climate change group, and we have to debate issues regarding carbon pricing, very important. Emission levels. What have we agreed on the Paris Agreement? What did we agree to do to reduce greenhouse gas? And in addition to all the technical aspect, we're also looking at security. Like ASEAN countries, we are expected in the climate change world in about 11 years from now, extreme weathers where the global position becomes irreversible. Yeah, so we're running short of time. So in preparation, not only on how to re-engineer the entire economy, or how to re-look at capitalism as a model, how to look at industrial production, how to use energy being the single biggest contributor to carbon emission, how to re-look this entire system. We also have to make preparations for potentially a disaster scenario. So in this AIPA meeting for 3 days, we hope to tap the brains and exchange ideas with our counterparts. Some country like Cambodia and Laos may be less developed than, say, Singapore and Malaysia. So there will be some balancing exchange of idea to try to cross and help each other on issues. So that's going to be an exciting thing in June. Next week, this week we're just describing to you what's really happening. Next week we'll go down point by point on what it matters or what we have to do in Malaysia as a country on climate change. Yeah. So stay tuned for that next week. Okay, this is the segment on 5 questions, 120 seconds. It's prepared by Ali and also Nathan. Nathan is doing most of the shooting today. So, are we ready? Can you hit the button? There you go. First question, Prime Minister question time. Is it a good idea? It is an excellent idea. We need the Prime Minister to be more accountable, but I would like to add a few more things. First thing is, we have to ensure that the opposition leader, which at the moment is Ismail Sabri, have option to ask 3 to 6 questions directly to Prime Minister, so we can get at least that kind of interaction between Prime Minister and the opposition leader, like we see in the UK. Yeah. But the second thing is also to make sure that the questions from other MPs are randomly selected by a computer and not manipulated by an officer that only will pose soft questions to the Prime Minister. Number 2. Fair procedure for campaigning by ministers. We have seen even in Sandakan, in Rantau, all that, a lot of complaints from per se regarding the ministerial ministers not having a high code of ethics in terms of campaigning. Well, to solve the solution is very simple. Draft up the campaign procedure and the ethics. Then we can try to follow. Number 3, Tunku Razali claims that might be a snap polls. I don't think so, because a snap polls can only happen if the majority decides to have a snap poll. As far as I know, UMNO and PAS do not constitute majority, nor does the other parties like PBB and GPS and all these parties, whether they would even want to have a snap poll, because it costs a lot of time and effort and money. Number 4, May 13. We just celebrated 50 years of May 13. We need a full disclosure on this kind of thing, so that we can learn from history and avoid the mistakes from the past. Number 5, Taman Rimba. I'm not from, Taman Rimba is not my constituency, but I do go to the Bukit Kiara Hills, and I live in Mount Kiara, so this is quite important to me. The minister and Hannah Yeoh are having, some misunderstanding or war of words or whatever you call it. I think it is important is this: the minister must listen to the people, and if people don't want it, he has to do something about it, and not just say that the matter has been resolved and settled out of court or whatever it is. Taman Rimba, I suppose, needs more clarification and more transparency. That's it for Q&A this week.